I've been asked by many countries about healthcare, which is different in every country. It depends on, normally as the business leader, I use the concept of rematching resources. Healthcare is one case of the rematching resources, and the economic development also something that we need to rematching resources. We have a lot of education of university in Thailand and university everywhere, but how the private sector, how government and how university can work together to help the community where that university is located, to bring people to learn more about the innovation, and government come in to help providing them some fund or bring the some fund to help the people, to let them have an opportunity to grow. Many people in the rural area, they're smart, but they don't have opportunities. If you provide them with a good opportunities, they can do well. May I invite Q&A? Probably better than I haven't been giving speech for many years because I'm in exile, so not well organized, but I'm okay with Q&A. Please ask questions you want so I can respond better.
Austin wants to.
So I had a question for you about the coup. My question was, were there signs leading up to the coup that you may have missed? Were you so involved in helping the country?
Yeah, louder, we can't.
Oh, sorry. Do you want me to talk like this?
Yeah, that's good.
So were there any signs leading up to the coup that you may have missed? And were you so involved in helping the country and the poor that you missed your own downfall coming for you? Now that you're in exile, is there anything you think you would have done differently to change the outcome?
She says, you should look back on the coup. You know why you didn't see it coming, and now as you look back also, there's some things you would have done differently to reduce the chances of it happening, or in your view, was your attack on basic structure, economic structure of Thailand such that it was inevitable?
Thailand had altogether 18 coups in the past 60-some years. We probably the most frequent coups country in the world. And at the time, I'm really naive. I know that the movement is there, but I have too confidence that they will. But I thought that, oh, this is 21st century. They will not stage the coup. How come the country will be worse? I thought that everyone thinking about the prosperity of the people and the prosperity of the country. But it's not. Actually, it's about the power struggle. Jealousy is another problem in Thailand. And you ask if I can do differently if I were to look back. I'm a stubborn sometimes. If I were to look back, I still think that what I have done is good for the country, good for the people. I will stick to it. I don't care. Some newspapers ask me, if you were to go back as a prime minister, you're afraid of the coup d'etat if you were to do it again. I said that I was student in US when I worked on my master's degree. I worked at Kentucky Fried Chicken. When I was in work on my PhD, I delivered newspaper in the morning. And now I have my own private jet. I have houses in many countries. Why care? If I were to come out again, it's much easier and better and much easier for me. On my this coup d'etat, when I came out, I have no house. I have only one apartment in London. I have to find a house in different countries. I have to buy Manchester City Football Club just to keep myself busy. And now I invest in many biotech companies in London. So I'm okay staying outside if I were to be stage coup d'etat again.
Well, speaking of someone who's inside, your sister, of course, Jay, you have a question. You want to stand up and again, project, please.
First, I want to say thank you for visiting LMU. My question to you is, do you agree with Sister Yingluck's decision to basically run the risk of martyrdom for Thailand by remaining in the country when she knows it's risky to do so? Thank you.
Do you agree with your sister's stubborn decision to stay in Thailand when she knows it's risky and she knows it'd be safer to be outside?
She's different than me. I've been assassinated attempt 4 times. But for her, because she's a lady, they dare not to do something that is brutal or violence against her. But they try to implicate cases against her. Even flood, when she alive, she became prime minister. The flood is already there. And the previous government, afraid of being alleged of negligence, so he filed the case against her that she must be responsible for the flood. It's very funny things that happen. But she's very strong. She's much stronger than I think, because when my mother died, I took care of her when she was 18 years old. I don't believe that she's very strong. And she used to stay in Bangkok, and she can free to travel everywhere in Thailand safely. With even some harassment maybe made, but it's okay. She enjoys staying there in Bangkok, and she will not run away.
Before turning the microphone back to the President, I just want to mention that events like these take a lot of work. Dr. Jackson has been in many conferences. He knows all the work that goes behind the scenes. I want to thank the President for elevating the presidential effort. I want to thank Dan Sloan and his team, including Donna Gray, who handles all of the myriad details for making this run so smoothly. The second thing I want to say before turning the mic back is that there is a story that Dr. Sin will probably not tell you, but I will tell you, and that is at some international conference, Bill Clinton, then president, comes up to Dr. Sin and says, in his own way, I can't do Bill Clinton. You know, Dr. Sin, you know the reason you have the support of the people they know you care about.
Yes. We went there with President Bush 41 to give a moral support to the Thai people after tsunami. And then at that time, I just finished the election and won second term with landslide. I won 377 seats out of 500. And That's the conversation we had.
On behalf of our students, on behalf of our faculty, our staff, our alumni, our parents, the entire LMU faculty, I thank Dr. Taksin. Clearly, he is a person of and for the people. I'm not taking sides, by the way. In the same way one occasionally wears green on St. Patrick's Day, I made sure I had no red, no yellow, and no pink today associated with anything other than my complexion. But one thing I know about Dr. Taksin from having read about him over the years, from having visited Thailand and getting to know about it, is he clearly, in addition to being a person of the people, he's really a rational thinker and one who is extraordinarily pragmatic. So as we consider ourselves being in the Jesuit tradition, contemplatives in action, I think we can learn a lot from Dr. Taksin, and that certainly has taken place today. So thank you for being with us.